My own view on this is that if the Republicans or the lawyers wanted to be very smart about this, they would take one particular instance where they thought it was very clear that the president had not authorized the auto pen for that particular use, and then get that before a court. Now, obviously, not a court in California or Illinois or Massachusetts, but a real court. And where the person would say, where the judge, and it would be up the line, would say, uh, this particular signature is not um, is not adequate. The president himself did not sign it. By the way, I think that you hinted at this, and I think this is right. One of the reasons they may not have wanted him to sign other documents was that the signature itself would have been evidence of cognitive decline because you could compare it to previous signatures, right? But in any event, for example, there must have been other people in the room with Speaker Johnson when he spoke with President Biden 2 weeks or so after Biden auto pen signed a prohibition against natural gas exports to Europe. This is a big deal. This is not a small deal.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Europe was buying gas from Russia, natural gas and other petroleum products from Russia. The United States was the alternate supplier along with Persian Gulf states. Biden, as part of whoever was pushing the new green agenda in his administration, signed by auto pen a prohibition against shipping any natural gas to Europe. It was completely against everything in U.S. foreign policy. Speaker Johnson, Mike Johnson, said to the president, I'm perplexed as to why you signed that. And Biden said, I didn't sign anything like that.
That's right.
Jeez.
And
Wow.
if it was just, and they went on, yes, you did. It was signed by the auto pen. No, I didn't. I didn't know anything about this. And I can assure you, just by inference, that Biden was not alone in the room with Mike Johnson. There were other people in the room. And those people who were in the room, who Mike Johnson would know, should be put under oath to test.
What about Speaker Johnson himself?
Well, Johnson could do it, but it would be a he said, he forgot story, right? So what you want is a third person in the room who, under penalty of perjury, would say Biden didn't say that, and but that
But
person,
Biden did say that, and I believe Johnson.
right, I believe Johnson, but I don't want a situation in which the court has to decide
Mm.
does a Republican Speaker of the House have more credence than the president, who would probably deny it? But a third person who was under oath would be facing perjury charges and a Department of Justice that would bring them. So that person might say, yes, the president did say that. The best they would then be able to come up with was he may have said that 2 weeks later, but he didn't say it at the time. He knew it at the time. That's the only way they can escape from that hole. But I suspect once you get one auto pen ruled illegal, then every single one of them will be subject to court scrutiny, including the 8,000 some odd pardons in the last week or so of his presidency.